Well, I'm standing here in front of St. George's Church Penang, the oldest Anglican church in Southeast Asia and the Far East. Well, this church is 200 years old and it has a lot of history and legacies. Furthermore, this church has a pipe organ which is newly built and currently the newest pipe organ in Malaysia. Well, this church is also one of the 2 churches in Penang which has a pipe organ. So let us go inside the church and explore the pipe organ. That was a great piece which you have played just now.
Thank you.
I mean, I truly enjoyed your music being played. Well, I'm so curious to know about the history of this great instrument. Please tell me a bit.
So this is a pipe organ, and it's actually a very ancient instrument. It goes back to the BCs and the Greek era. So the organ started as an instrument used in the colosseums, in the battlefields, and it was used for ceremonies of execution. So if you think back, the organ was actually for dark occasions. But slowly the organ started to fade away. It soon started becoming outdated. And the church started adopting it into the church. And now as we see, there are many churches which have pipe organs.
Yeah, right. Especially this is a new one built in the year 2017.
Yes.
Right. So, could you please tell me how this organ came about?
So this organ, it was donated by a family in Penang. It's from the Tan family in Penang.
Right.
And they generously donated a good organ with many stops and good quality organ. So it comes from Mander, London.
Right.
Yeah, and it was assembled and installed in 2017.
So, I mean, how was it? How long was it taken for them to install the organ here?
So when Mander came out with this organ, they shipped it to Malaysia with 27 boxes. And boxes, we're not talking about small boxes, we're talking about big wooden boxes. So when it comes to Malaysia, it has to pass the customs and all the legal stuff. And it took them 3 weeks to assemble and install this organ.
Oh, that means they could do it quite fast in just 3 weeks.
Yes.
To be done.
Yes.
Well, so Matthew, right now, thank you so much for the history. So let us go into what are the stops doing here, what are the what are there's written trumpet, pedal. Could you please tell us more about it?
Right, sure. Right, so about the organ, what differs it with other instruments is you have a lot of colors, meaning you have a lot of sounds. If you use permutations in maths, you come with unlimited varieties of music. So first we have the grade. The grade is usually, as it suggests, grade sound, right? So this is our grade manual, the lower ones, and it's usually the dominant one, it's the louder one. So, and then looking at the stops, we have numbers. These numbers represent the foot, the number of foot of the pipe. So if there's an 8 here, so it means that the sound comes out from the 8-foot pipe. And then 4 here comes from the 4-foot pipe. So what difference does it make is the 8-foot pipe gives us louder sound. It's more like a bass. Then I use an 8 stop, it's like, and then if I use a 4-foot stop, I get a sharper sound. And if I combine with a 2-foot stop, it's sharper.
Wow, that is really amazing. Right, so please tell me, how are the pedals being, the sound is coming out, how does it work?
Alright, so before that, the organ, you have pedals, and that is, some would say, the biggest challenge, but sometimes that's the best part of the organ. So the pedals, it's just like a manual, but we play with our legs, and that's where hand and leg coordination comes in.
I see.
So we have sounds like, this is a 16-foot stop, so the magnitude of it will be very big. So if I play one note, let's say,
that means it gives such a groaning noise because it's too low.
yeah, it's low and the magnitude of the sound is very big. So you can hear it from far. And then you have a principal stop, which is a higher octave and a more sharp sound. So if you want more choices, you also have a trumpet stop. And
wow.
This it depends on your personal preference, but it's used for pieces, it's used for things you play, and it's quite interesting. So it's
wow, that is really a loud, heavy stop going on there.
yes.
Right, so what about you're having 2 manuals? What does the other one do on top?
Okay, so the organ, you have many manuals, right? You can't have just one, you need more than one. So the second one that we have is called a swell organ. So the sound is swell, it's more soft, it's more gentle. So you have a variety of it. It's like this one, it's an 8-foot stop. This additional is like a flute, it's like a blowing instrument. So it's like, it's very gentle. And you also have a celestial voice. So the voice Celeste is a celestial voice, and yeah, it's more like a singing voice.
Yeah, it's more like a choir, a chorus going on there.
Yeah, and you can also have a recorder sound.
So that means
So
sounds sharper
Yes.
compared
yes.
to the rest.
See, it's like a recorder.
Right.
You can also have like a bagpipe sound.
Wow.
So it's like,
Right.
or if you want an oboe, you have it. See? So there are many colors that you can do. You can combine everything, and wow, you're just spoiled for choice.
So you're telling me that basically you're having the whole orchestra with your 2 feet and 10 fingers basically.
Yes, the organ is an orchestra. So meaning that if you're playing an organ, you're actually playing an orchestra.
Well, so from what I heard from many people, they say that this is the king of instruments and is also one of man's most complicated machines that has ever been made. Right, so basically, could you just please explain about how does the tracker action works? As you mentioned just now that this is electrical and also fully mechanism, so I'm sure that there is some tracker action going on there. So how does it work? The moment you press the key, there is a tracker going on.
So basically, the tracker action, if let's say I play a C note, there are levers and triggers inside which goes into the organ
Right.
and pulls up the blower. So when
Okay.
it pulls up the blower, it blows into the specific pipes
Okay.
based on your stops. So that's how the tracker works.
Right. So basically, in total, how many pipes are there?
So if you do your math, you just need to count number of keys, black
Right.
and white, and that times the number of stops. So we have about 1,050 pipes.
Wow, you really mean 1,050 pipes?
Yes. This organ we have 17 stops, and we also have 19 ranks. Those ranks you can actually see inside the organ. It is accessible. You can go up.
So basically, we are looking into climbing up a building
Yes.
inside the organ.
Yes.
So you have ladders and stairs inside the organ.
Yes.
Wow, that is
It is
really an
actually made
amazing.
for you to go in and tune the pipes, and it is made for you to do that.
So basically, in terms of tuning the pipes, they literally tune all the 1,050 pipes.
We usually do that so that we get the best results, we get the best sounds.
Thank you so much, Matthew, for your time. It's a very good explanation and really good insight about this organ, as many people do not know what does a pipe organ mean or has never heard before. And we're so glad to get the chance to come into St. George's Church Penang to hear the organ and know what it is and how it works. So thank you so much for your time.